I think the first thing that
I think the first question.
Actually, it may need zooming in.
no, it doesn't.
The first question is: have shows been represented fairly in the media?
Right. Okay. I was actually going to lead with. Right, so welcome to Tina Talks. Today's episode is all about sexuality and gender roles in media and how they're represented. Again, I've got with me Peter. How do you feel LGBTQ people have been represented in media?
It's getting better, certainly from what it was.
Yeah.
Various representations are really good,
Yeah.
but it's still a minority. Mainstream Hollywood still kind of relegates a lot of non-straight /cis /both characters to being either smaller roles or comic relief, etc.
Yeah.
It's but as I say, it's getting better.
No, definitely.
Constantly
definitely.
is, but it's still not there.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I always had the opinion of, as an LGBT community, we should be very proud of how much we have conquered in the last 20 years. Probably even more specifically in the last 5 years. Things like getting gay marriages in America and getting that allowed has been a big influence. And then things like, I know a lot of people have an issue with this, but things like Bruce Jenner becoming Caitlyn Jenner and the whole thing that Caitlyn Jenner has done for giving a voice to the trans community.
Yeah.
It may be a voice that a lot of the trans community aren't happy with, but at least it's a voice.
What I would say with,
now.
even though Caitlyn Jenner is really not that popular with a lot of the trans community, someone that mainstream transitioning certainly brought more attention to it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's my whole point. It's a case of that if you have someone that is in the limelight already suddenly go through something, a lot of people go, oh, maybe we should reevaluate how we think about this, or just even let's talk about this matter.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing. I do think that someone as mainstream as Bruce Jenner becoming Caitlyn Jenner has brought a lot of attention to it, and you are seeing now a lot more trans people in media, and you've got like on Orange is the New Black.
I actually really like that one because they have her twin brother play her in flashbacks before. Yes. I love stuff like that. It's like when they have a father and son play the same character.
But it's a case of that they've actually got a trans woman playing the trans woman.
Yes.
And to me, because I thought, oh, that's a really good role. It's really nice to see that role being played. And then I actually done some research on the actress and was like, hang on a second, that is an actual trans woman playing a trans woman, and that's how it should be. We should have exactly. It is so rare in the media, but it is something that we are getting a bit more of. We're getting gay actors playing gay roles. We're getting gay actors playing straight roles, but they're not being forced to be something they're not. There is options for them to play the roles that they are, whereas in the past you've had very much either gay people are being made to do straight roles or straight actors are being made to play gay roles, and it hasn't came across like realistic, you know what I mean?
Yes, I understand. I mean, it varies from performance to performance, but I understand what you mean. The thing about like Orange is the New Black having a trans woman play a trans woman, and I know there's a few other, I think, Netflix and TV shows that have done it. Mainstream Hollywood hasn't quite caught up. Like, I mean, the Danish Girl shows obviously having Eddie Redmayne play. It's one of those things where for a long time, and it looks like it's still kind of that way, that cis people are playing trans characters, and it's really Oscar baity. The Crying Game, it's about, I don't know if it was in the 90s, so it's either just over or nearly 20 years old. I forget the name of the actor, but they had a cis male actor playing. The character is transvestite, transgender. Like, I think the character is permanently in female mode.
Right.
But there's lines like, You're not a man. Details, baby, details. So it's like, but at the end of the day, I hear some people go, oh, that's wrong having a cis actor play a trans role. And while I'll agree, I will also say that was 20 years ago.
Yes.
The problem is mainstream Hollywood hasn't moved forward
by
that.
much.
By much.
I think they have, because they are incorporating more roles and not having them as, like you said earlier, as just cameo comical roles. They are being more serious about it, but at the same time, not to the level of that is realistic to life.
What I meant was the trans character in the Crying Game was the main character.
Yes.
But I mean, like, look at just last year was the Danish Girl, was the end of last year. Again, it's still a cis actor playing a trans role. We should have moved forward from that. You know, I mean, I know it's not quite the same, but I almost think that in, say, like 10 years, when I honestly think trans roles will be played by trans actors, I almost want to... It's not the same, it's not as bad, so don't take it out of context. It's almost, I think, be looked at as kind of like blackface was.
Yes, no, totally. I totally agree.
I'm sure some people take offense to me saying it's not as bad, but I honestly think that blackface is probably on a different level of offensiveness.
Well, the reason why blackface is on a different level of offensiveness is because it is someone who is trying to take the mickey out of it. When a
blackface
cis man is playing a transgender role, that isn't taking the piss out of transgender. It is done very seriously, and it's why I do believe they do take cis men to play the role, because the thing is that they can do the whole film as the transition. So although I appreciate where you're coming from, and I do think that a lot of people do feel like that, I do think that the reason why Hollywood will always, when they're trying to tell the story of a transgender person, they will go for a cis person, because the thing is that that person can be in it as the male and the female role. Whereas if you take someone who is transgender,
who's already gone through
all the hormones and things, it's more difficult to strip them back to the basic male role.
I can see that.
And that's where you have an issue. I think with Orange is the New Black, they hit it very lucky.
Yes.
Because they had an actress there that was transgender, but had a twin brother, an identical twin brother, to play the male part of the history of the character. So, the other thing that I wanted to discuss was the LGBT stereotypes that are used in media.
Yes,
How do you feel about how they're represented?
I'm one of the people who I can go to older films and kind of accept that is of the time. Like, yes, I have seen White Zombie Bela Lugosi, and I think it does feature a little blackface. My friend pointed out it was blackface. It's kind of bad to say that sometimes you can't really tell. Just this morning I watched a film where I'm pretty sure had a yellow face. It was black and white, so it's weird calling it yellow face, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, yeah.
And it's like one of those things where I can watch it and I kind of go, but it's like, I understand the time period it was made. It's more, I look at it like, they didn't really know better. They weren't doing it out of malice, more just insensitivity, I guess. Yeah. With all of him, like, it's the same thing. I can grit my teeth and go, I don't really like this, but I understand the time period it was made. Because for a long time, most people would say any gay character in film or TV was normally a man, and normally the really over the top, camp, very effeminate.
Yeah.
Nowadays, mostly, I think we get a good variety of different. Yeah, you get the, I hate the term straight acting. Yeah. But that's generally a term a lot of people use.
It tends to be the term used for a non-campy gay male.
Yeah, but you get the camp people, you get people who are kind of in the middle, like...
Pretty much surmise it down to, you either have camp, butch, or somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And that's for male and female.
Yes.
You get that?
I was going to say, a good film, I often think, for LGBTQ stereotype, was the film But I'm a Cheerleader. Yeah. Now, when this came out, and I've read reviews since where people said, oh, it relies too much on stereotypes, and I'm like, not really. Well, there's one character in the film, she's butch, she has the short hair, she is the very stereotypical butch lesbian, and she's straight. That is kind of the thing. Like everyone assumes she's gay, but
that's the sort of groundbreaking.
And that's one of the things the film does, where it shows that just because this character acts a certain way doesn't mean she's a certain way. Like with out of the male characters in this film, some of the gay ones are quite camp. Some of them are not. I do recommend it. I know not everyone's over the gay on it, because it's one of those ones where it's set at like a gay. Is it gay reform camp? Would you call it?
It's a Christian conversion camp.
Yes. Yeah. It kind of plays them as the people running it as slightly cartoony villainous.
Yeah.
Where there are other films tackle the same subject that have pointed out that the people who run these things generally aren't evil. They think they're doing right, even if they're not. So
yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. And so thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, I've got more episodes similar to this planned.
Yeah.
And more people coming on. And so until next time, bye.
See ya.
Shut up and sit down.
And it is supporting Trump and believes that Trump would be a good option. I'm not agreeing with that option at all. And we're not going to get into politics, because that's not what we're here to talk about.
That is a landmine.
That's a landmine that will explode repeatedly.
I just don't know all the PC terms, so if I get some wrong, it's not our malice.
And as well, he's not aware of my opinions of the PC. So we say what we want.
When I hear the word PC, my brain does still go to personal computer before anything else.
Exactly, and my brain says PC, go fuck itself.
Anyway, back to my point. Like just the other night, I was actually at an actual castle watching. Was this last night? I can't remember how long it was. It was last night.
In the past, it's fine. Don't need
in the past, watching the film. Personally, I would say I'm not camp at all. But as people have said, I am kind of sensitive and stuff. So I kind of have a bit of that, and I don't know why I'm using myself as an example since I'm not gay.
I was thinking that. I think you need to explain to the audience you're not actually gay.
As personality type, I mean. I'm saying like with older LGBTQ, it's LGBTQ.
Yeah.
They keep adding letters.
They keep adding letters. I have to say, this is something that I keep saying, and I will keep saying.
Yeah.
We need to come up with a new term to label all lesbian, gay, transgender, an umbrella term that is one word. And I know a lot of people tend to use the term gay as the term for everything, but a lot of people have an issue with that because gay is really the word for men.
Specifically.
So we need a new term that we can keep, and as more things come into it, we're just a minority group of sexuality and gender. We need it, but
anyway,
that's never going to happen because we're never going to agree on something because we all hate each other, really.
Anyway,
well, Chris, do I look fabulous?
As always, dear.
I know. I just need to make sure that adjust myself, make sure that I look not too much brush on. Fortunately, I have a dress that shows half my bra no matter how I set it.
And your foof's hanging out.
At least it's like a skin colory bra, so it...
Exactly, that's why I went for it.
I mean, unless we're filming in 4K HD, I don't think it probably won't show.
I don't even think that we're filming in HD. So anyway, we'll get to the point. Right.